Welcome to another Let's Mix It Up Friday. Today I had a request from Richard who said he would like to learn how to do the stamping all the way across the card and then have the sentiment or an image die cut in the middle that's raised. And I'm going to show you how I do it. I don't know how other people do it. This is just the way that I found is easiest, and if I don't know how to do something, kind of just make it up as I go along. So the first thing I'm going to do though, so I have a standard size card except for its opening from the side. I'm going to take my ruler and lightly just draw a line where I want my image to be. Okay, so I'm going to take this cute little set. This is the Christmas Express stamp set from the Alleyway Stamps. Right now on thealleyway.com, you can get this for free if you spend $40 or more. We're going to be taking the little train here. And using the line kind of as my guide, I'm going to set these up how I would like them to be. Now, the great thing is these are separated, so you technically could add two of these little middle train carts in the middle if you wanted, which let me do. Okay, and you can use a stamp press or you can use just an acrylic block, whichever you would prefer. Just going to be using my stamp press here. I'm going to be using VersaFine ink. This ink goes up really well. I want a really defined image. Yay, okay. And then I'm going to line up. Oh, I don't know if that's going to be wet enough. I think I have to do some clear embossing powder really quick before I do my next one. And line those two images up. Oops. Take my VersaFine ink. Technically, we could have done 3 in the middle, but whatever. It still should work. Okay, then I'm going to take, this is Hero Arts, I believe it's called Superfine, Ultrafine, Superfine Detailed Clear Embossing Powder. And then anywhere that I've gotten embossing powder that I don't want it, and you can't probably see it, but I can. Slightly taking a brush. Okay, now before I go any further, I'm going to just take my eraser and erase that little line that I had going on there. So there is that part of the card. I'm going to color this with Copic markers, and that is why I decided to heat emboss the VersaFine ink. I'm going to take this Toyland stamp set here, and I'm going to pick a couple of toys that I want. Inside here, I can't decide what I want. Maybe the bear. The ball. Now there are a couple ways you can do this. There's no right or wrong way to do it, so I'm going to just take some Eclipse masking tape, grab myself a piece of that, and I'm going to create a couple masks really quick. Then I just cut these masks out. I knew on this one I only needed part of it for the bear, so I didn't care that the wheels weren't done. Okay. Okay, once again, I'm going to be taking my VersaFine ink the little bear up and place it however I want him to be. I'll have him turning just a little. Like that. And then grab. I like to do these in stages because your VersaFine ink isn't going to stay wet as long as like a Versamark ink. Heat this up. And grab my mask, place it on the next one over. When I place my masks down, I always go right below the black line here. Let's see if you can see that. So that the black lines end up touching and you get a really great masked line. If you go above that, you're going to get that little white strip showing through, which I definitely have had happen, and it's annoying. And you have to come back in with like a black marker or whatever. Just like ink that up, the VersaFine ink. Place a ball in there. Take your brush and anything that isn't supposed to be there, wipe it off before you heat emboss it. So little tip, I put my masks on the back of my stamp set, so I always have them together, and then I don't have to recreate masks all the time when I want to use that stamp set. Okay, now I'm just going to quickly color this image, and then we'll get on to the next step. Okay, so I'm done coloring. This is going to be a baby boy card. So I'm going to take these dynamic dies. These are from My Favorite Things. They are High Rise Alphabet Lowercase. It's the first time I've used them. Oh, I hate that they stick like that. That just, I don't know, drives me nuts. Okay. So I'm going to spell out the word baby. So here's the B and the A. And the Y. I'm just going to take a letter just so I can see what it looks like if I have them spaced correctly, because I have to use the B twice for what I want to do. Okay, so I have some washi tape here. I'm just going to place it on my clothing just so it becomes less sticky. I've had so many projects ruined by washi tape, so I highly suggest doing that. Then I'm just going to take this and place that down. There we go. make sure nothing moves. And I'm going to run this through my Big Shot machine really quickly. Then I'm going to take my bee and place it over there and do that also. Okay, so I have all my little pieces cut out. Here's my little baby. Here's B-A-B-Y, and there are 7 of each one of these. And then I also went and made a card base that was using the Daffodil Delight from Stampin' Up! Because I wanted this to have a yellow border. However, you don't have to do that for this technique. You can just stamp right on the card like you see with just all the white, which is fine too. I just wanted it to have a border. So, next we're going to take some Tombow Mono multi-glue or any kind of liquid adhesive that you have, or you can run this through like a little Xyron machine. And you're going to take each one of your letters. This is the tedious part. And glue them together on top of each other. So it makes a stack of 7. Now you can choose any number you want. You can do 10, you can do 4, however the thickness that you want. You don't have to use white for this either. You can use any color you want. If you want on the side to have like a little tiny pop of color, which could be really cute, like I could have done this in blue. So when you looked at it from the side, you saw like this little tiny pop of color that was blue, oops, which would have been really adorable. So I'm going to continue to do this with all of the letters until I have, basically you're making your own, in a sense, like a chipboard letter. Okay, so I have them all done, but before I put this card together, I'm going to take this Calypso stamp set and use this little welcome right here. Use some VersaFine ink. And I just want to place that underneath. I'm going to place this directly down on my card. So if you were just doing a like one layered card, basically, that this was just an extension of the arm. So like, for instance, if your stamps were right here, that's okay too. This is the exact same technique that you would use for that. I just wanted, like I said, the yellow to be, oops, to be a border. Okay, so place this down. Okay, now for the fun part. So I have my little thick pieces of cardstock here. You could use chipboard, you can use whatever you have, you can use scraps, you can use, I save my, like my paper pads like this, I save the front covers and the back when I'm finished, and I use these chipboard pieces for things like this, for this technique. I figure why use like good cardstock that I could use on something else for a technique like this. So, okay, so then we're going to take the B here and line this up with this alphabet chipboard piece. And then do the exact same thing. Now I know there is a way to do this technique a different way. JJ Bolton has it on her blog. I, however, have not figured that out. I haven't even tried. I just figured this works the same way and it's less stamping, I think. So, okay, so now I'm just going to place this flat against the card bottom here. And the great thing is this falls into place like perfectly, like a little puzzle piece. I love it. Make sure when you're doing a word that has like 2 B's or any double letters that you get the correct one on the correct place. Here's the A. If you see me holding my finger weird, it's because I cut it. I don't usually hold my finger up, but. Okay, now we have the center pieces, and again, make sure you put the correct center piece in the correct spot. Now these center pieces are the flat pieces, so they fit right in there, and then take something sharp, just have a little tiny pair of scissors to get into the corners so it really just pushes it down. Last piece here. And you want to make sure that you get those B's lined up really well, especially for this, because like you saw, I had a tiny bit of trouble getting that in there. Not really trouble, but it was tight. And that was because there was a little piece hanging over. So there's that. Now I feel like it needs some like little enamel dots or something, and I got some just the other day. Can't decide if actually I just think I'm gonna go with the gray. I have a tutorial up on how you can make your own enamel dots. Okay, so there is our card. See how it has that edge there, but it looks like it's just stamped when you're straight on. So Richard, I hope this helped you. And if you have any questions, let me know. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope you will go create something that's perfectly imperfect. Bye.